Hello everyone and welcome to Nancy's Magic Touch and DIYs. In today's video I am going to show you how to transform this book storage. I need to upgrade them to a fresher look that's going to match my craft room. So if you want to see what I did with these box, just grab your tea and let's get started. I'm going to take this, I guess you call it a book box. I love these and they are great for storage, but mine is a little outdated right now. So I'm going to beautify it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make some chalk paint, and I'm using plaster of Paris for this. It's very easy, and it's a much cheaper option than buying chalk paint already made. I'm all about saving money and doing some on budget DIY, so I got myself a big cart, I guess, of this plaster, and it's lasting me forever. I've done multiple furniture pieces, and I've done a lot of stuff in my new updated craft room, and I still have like this much left in my box. It's still very full. So all you do in this is take a little bit, for a small project, just take about a teaspoon of plaster and mix it with a little bit of water. I don't know if you can see that, but it's about that much water that I put in it. I just mix it, and I just had a little bit at a time. So I don't have very much paint, as you can see, so I'm not going to put very much of this mix. This is plenty. I'm going to mix this. Make sure you mix properly just to get everything nice and smooth till you get like a liquidy pancake texture. That looks pretty good to me. Once we're done with that, the reason why I mix this plaster with water first is because it dissolves everything and you're not getting any grains in your paint. So it's important to do this and mix it with water first, and then put it in your paint and mix. People take it and put it right in the paint and then put a bit of water, and then it just gets really grainy, and it's hard after that to get those grains apart. So if you do it this way, it's a much better result. So we're gonna start painting our piece. I had started originally with just regular satin paint, but it's not adhering very well to my thing, so I'm gonna go with flat this time. And you get a very good coverage. I'm just gonna take all that and make sure I get everywhere. And chalk paints dries really quickly, so try not to put it too thick. Go with a nice thin layer first, and then do second coats. And I like doing the stripes here because it kind of gives you effect of being pages, so it's kind of cool. in this case, go this way rather than the other way, just because it's easier to work with the little lumps that you have. So I'm just gonna paint this way. I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll flip it over and do the other side.
Now we're gonna repeat the whole step and give it a second coat. Now over here, we're not going to paint this area here. We want to give that like page look, but we're going to paint all around the book a final coat. Now that it's all painted and dried, I'm using some black craft paint. And over the little bumps on my book on the side, I am going to create a little black effect, like just to make it a little bit more like rustic. So I'm just going slightly with a paintbrush and I'm going over those little lumps. And as I dip in my brush, I wipe it off. I only keep a little bit on my brush because I don't want it to be too dark. So yeah, it's just to create some kind of a shadow effect. So I'm going to continue and do that all the side of the book. Now I'm going back over it a little bit as I want it to have a little bit of a darker shade. So I'm just going to finish that to the end. Now in my local hardware store, I found these awesome handles, and I'm going to apply this to my box. It's going to give it a really nice look, and it's going to add to my box as well. So I'm just going to place it as to where I want it exactly on my book. And you're going to need a drill and drill bits for this. And you're going to choose a drill bit that is going to be slightly smaller, or it fits through the whole of your handle actually. So I'm just checking the size that it fits properly. Yeah, that works. So we're going to use this one, and that's what I'm going to use to drill the holes into my book box. you're going to take a pen and you're going to make a little mark in these holes so that you know where to actually drill your holes. So I'm going to take my drill and I'm going to be very careful, and I am going to make these 2 holes for my handles. Now I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue. This is actually a cement glue. It dries in about 10 seconds, so you have to be pretty quick. And I'm only going to apply a little bit. I'm going to put that underneath my handles to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take my handle and set it up in place where I need it to be. And the screws that originally came with the handles were actually too short for my book box. So I'm actually went and found longer ones in replacements. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in place. Now I'm going to open my book box, and I am going to apply hot glue over the screws. And I'm going to be pretty generous here because I want to make sure that I cover the whole screw and that there will be no pointy parts left to the screw, so that I'm not injuring myself when I go to use my book box. So I'm going to do that in both of the screws. I'm going to let it dry the first shot, and then I'm going to reapply a second time just to make it really safe. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my black paint, and I'm actually going to paint these silver screws to match my handle. I use my Cricut machine to make some stencils for my box. I'm actually going to number my box and label them. And I have several boxes to do, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of these boxes done. And this is the final results with some before and after pictures for you to see. I am very pleased with this updated look that I have made for my craft room. It suits my space perfectly. It's nice and fresh, and I'm going to enjoy them for so many more years to come. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up, and I would love to hear your comments down below. On that note, guys, thank you for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.